I am certified pet professional Amy Lee. The only difference between you and your groomer is knowledge, technique, and tools. It is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry. So stay put as we get started on this journey together today.
Thank you for joining me live from the Grooming Table. I am Amy Lee, certified professional pet groomer since 2003. But more importantly, I share my secrets with you about the grooming industry. All my pet grooming secrets we share right here every Monday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it is absolutely my pleasure to do so. And I am so glad that you're joining me. Gussie, what are you barking at? Oh my gosh, he's running my live stream. He's over here barking because he can't get his toy. Okay guys, guess what? We got a good show. I am so excited. I am so excited for the show tonight. I can't wait. Okay, first of all, I want to say this. Welcome to the very first live stream of 2020 here on Go Groomer, and you're with me. Thank you. Tonight I put together something new and long overdue. I'm so excited about it. We're always comparing and trying new products here on Go Groomer. And finally tonight we're having a battle of the brushes. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. GoldenDoodle Brush Out, top 4 brushes to battle the curly GoldenDoodle coat. Which one's going to win, guys? Type it in the chat. Which one do you think is going to win? And we have a special co-host guest star for this demo tonight, guys. He's going to demo the Activate brush, the Le Pouche brush, a Chris Christensen brush, and a Kenji brush, all slicker brushes. Someone who knows nothing about brushes. But I can't wait to show you what we discovered. So you're definitely going to want to stay put for this demo. Also, I'll be releasing some awesome upcoming videos in the weeks to come. So I want you guys to pay attention to the channel to see what's going to be uploading. One, the dangers of bathing your dog. I can't wait to release that. I've been putting a lot into it. It's going to be very important to me because I always want to make sure I give you the right information. And this is a very important demo. I can't wait to release it. So that one's coming, the dangers of bathing your dog. Number 2, another video that you're going to be watching out for. Actually, this is going to be a series. It's the Canine CPR series. It's too much to do in one demo. I mean, it would be more like a class and a course, you know. So I decided we're going to break the CPR up into series of videos, okay, so that you can get the most out of it. Okay, it's going to provide the most for you and your pet. If I throw too much at you at once, it's not going to mean anything. So that's coming up for you in the weeks to come. I got to work on all this stuff. I've been working on it. I've got projects all over the place. Tomorrow, this is something else that's going to be coming in the near future. Tomorrow I am filming. I'm going to be filming a shorter Yorkie trim. I've been asked to do that, and I'm finally going to do it. I have 2 Yorkies coming in. They're not the best to work with, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know, it's not always roses here in the grooming shop, is it? Absolutely not, but I'm going to bring it to you. So I'm going to film that and put together a really good demo for you on how to trim your Yorkie if you don't want the Yorkie in full coat. A lot of you don't, and that's fine. So I'll show you what your options are, and it's going to be fun. That's coming up in the weeks to come. Also, a 4th thing to watch out for is I'm also going to be doing some filming with a Springer Spaniel later this week. That I'm excited for too. I don't have a Springer Spaniel video on my channel, but I will. I'm going to be filming it, and it's going to be breed standard trim and proper coat removal, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be good, and I trust you. Believe me, I'm going to put a lot into it, okay? I want you to know that. I also want you to know that this year, 2020, is going to be packed full of pet grooming secrets that you will be sure to enjoy. They're going to set you up for successful grooming at home or if you're a professional. So I promise to deliver, guys. I promise. You got me. You got me. All right. Right now, I'm going to say hello before we start our demo. I can't wait for that demo. It's good. It's really good. But I want to say hi to you guys. So let me do that. Let me move some things around here on my screen so I can see you all. I said hello to a few of you already. I'm going to put my brushes down. I'm holding them like they're a bouquet of flowers or something. Tonight we have Raquel's here. Hi, Raquel. You're always the first one, and I can't wait to see you on a Monday. If you ever didn't show up on a Monday, I think my heart would skip a beat. Just saying. And I'm not saying that if you miss, I will forgive you, but I would be worried. Okay. And Christy's here. Hi, sweetie. And she has a Labradoodle, I'm sorry. So she's very interested in this demo, and I can't wait. Trisha Lake's here. Hello, girl. How are you? And Beverly's here. She sounds like she's still working, but she's going to be jumping in and out. Beverly, you're going to want to watch this. She's just beginning to groom on her own now. I know that she's going to love this. Beverly, I just want to say real quick, last night June put out a live stream, and I was in the live stream there for a while, and then I had to go to bed. I was getting tired because June is such a night owl, and we love June. But anyway, I listened to it today when I was working. I listened to the whole live stream to see what I missed. And I heard him respond to you, Beverly, about getting started. You had said that you possibly have the chance to work with a vet. And I want to tell you, Beverly, I listened to the advice that June gave you, and I was like clicking my heels while I was listening to this while I was working. I agree with him 100%. Make sure you're ready to say, this is my business, this is me. If you can take some experience somewhere else and learn and absorb as much as you can, girl, do it. And then go out on your own. That's fine. But I just wanted to say, Beverly, I was listening to the advice he gave you, and I was just all giddy inside because I thought that is wonderful advice. So I just wanted to back that up a little bit. So 2 groomers are telling you that's good advice. To definitely take all the experience you can get. And we never stop, guys. I am always learning. I'm always researching. I'm always learning. I'm still taking classes, seminars, watching videos. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to improve. We should when we're talking about something like grooming pets, live animals. Hello, Grace T. I am so glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. We love you. Triple Lotus is here. Hello there. That's a new friend. Let's give Triple Lotus a real good welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Amy. I'm brand new to your channel. I saw you on June the Groomer's channel last night. Hugs. Thank you. We're so glad to have you. You're going to love it. This is a place to be. CD's here. Hello, CD. How are you doing, my friend? I'm so glad you could be here tonight. All right, let me scroll through. I don't want to miss anybody because I love you guys. Tammy's here. Hello. How are you? It's good to see you. And Star 8 Up Real Talk. That sounds good. Chris Christensen, my favorite. Good. You're going to love the demo. Thanks for joining us, by the way. That's a new face. My mom's here. Hi, Joyanne. That's my mom. She's the best. I miss you, Mom. I haven't seen you in several days. It's been too long. Not fair. Okay. Debbie Jack's here. Hi, Debbie. Hope Austin's there. I want to meet Austin. I want to groom Austin. Austin's a full collie. We got to get Austin to Pennsylvania. What do you guys think? So we can do a demo on a full collie? Maybe we ought to do a GoFundMe to get Austin and Debbie here to Pennsylvania so I can groom him live for you guys. That's what I want to do. All right, we'll figure that out later. Lexi's here. Hi, Lexi. It's good to see you. You know I love you. Tegan's here. Denise. That's Denise. Tegan's her dog. Good to see you, Tegan. MS Loves to Draw too is Mary, and I'm so glad you're here. Bridget's here. Oh, my God. I'm starting to feel fluttery. I am so happy to see you guys. I got to tell you. And Brittany's here. That's such a beautiful name. Thank you for joining us. Bridget, Debbie, oh my gosh. And here's a Chris. This is a new one. Hi, everyone. Would this be good for somebody wanting to learn to groom a Yorkie poo with more poo than York? Yeah, you mean this particular video? Tonight we're doing a battle of the brushes, and we're doing a battle of the brushes on a GoldenDoodle coat. Now, those brushes that we're going to demo tonight are all wonderful. I use each and every one of them every day in my shop. Certain brushes are more effective on different coat types. So if we have, let me see here, you said you have a Yorkie that's more poo than York, then yes, you need a brush that'll grab coat. And I'll talk to you, Chris, after the demo and tell you which one you should probably get. I already have it in my mind. Hello, Opal. Good to see you. It's been a while. We love the Chris Christensen Big K Slicker Brush. Opal's a groomer for the thick, dense, wavy coats, those doodles. Absolutely. All right. And my girl, Raquel, she says, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and share, share, share. Absolutely. It helps our channel, guys. Thank you, Raquel, for always having my back and always reminding everybody. Kathy's here. Good to see you, Kathy. It's wonderful to have you with us. And I think we're ready. I think I've said hello to all of my people. And if I forgot anybody, please don't be offended. I'm trying to keep up. My little chat window is small, and I'm not the best at that. All right, well, guess what, guys? I am so excited. Like I said, we have a special co-host / guest star that's going to be demoing these brushes. Now, I want to tell you why I did this. I could have just as easily demoed these brushes for you. And if you've watched my videos, and I know most of you have, hi, Deborah, how are you, honey? I know most of you have watched most of my videos. You would notice me using all of these brushes at different times in different videos. I use them all every day. I do tend to go for one specific brush a lot right now, especially on larger breeds. So we'll talk about that. Now, I also just want to say real quick, guys, right before I throw this demo up, and I'm getting ready to throw it up now, get your questions ready. Think about your questions while we're watching it. I want to tell you this demo is about 20 minutes long, so don't leave me because we got something special for you right after the demo, because the co-host is going to join us right back here after the demo, and you can ask that co-host who demoed the brushes whatever question you want. Keep it PG. Well, you don't have to because we're not a kid channel. Yes! Okay, I'm ready. It's time. Let's throw this down, guys. We are doing a battle of the brushes. I've been wanting to do this for a year. Here it is. Battle of the brushes for you.
Hello, world. It is I.
So guys, today we are going to do a battle of the brushes. And my husband, who knows nothing about brushes, is going to demo these brushes and choose which one he thinks is best on this GoldenDoodle coat, our GoldenDoodle Gus. We are going to be using the Chris Christensen Coral Brush. We're going to use the Kenji Brush. We're going to use a Le Pouche regular brush and an Activette D-Mat brush. He has no idea how much these brushes cost, nor does he know much about brushing. So we're going to find out which one he prefers, and afterwards I am going to tell you how much each one of these brushes costs. First of all, which one of these brushes do you think is the most expensive brush?
I'm going to go with the Christians.
You think that's the most expensive one?
I think.
Okay, why do you think that?
Because I watched your other videos. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, just from looking at it. When you look at these brushes, which one do you think?
This one seems to have a nice fancy handle on it. Looks like they try to do a little more with it.
Like ergonomically correct or whatever.
And then it looks, the brush seems to be, these seem to be a little bit longer.
Okay.
And these other ones seem to be very short.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that makes a difference.
It does, depending on what coat type you're working with.
He's got a longer coat.
Mm-hmm.
My groomer keeps him long.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just as far as look goes, and the other brushes, you know, the Kenchi looks really nice there too. I mean, it looks like, I mean,
what makes you think that this is a better brush or this is a better brush? What makes you think?
This one, for right now, it's just all aesthetics.
All right.
But this handle seems nice with the rubber on it, and then it looks like it's joined well down here.
So you think it's crafted well, the Kenchi brush?
It seems like it, you know.
And you think the same thing about the Chris Christensen brush?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be well thought out. Looks like this pops in and out of here, or could.
Okay. What about the Activate and the Le Pouche brush?
And these brushes, I know these are a lot harder. I know that. These have a little bit of flex in them.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what that does.
That doesn't have a lot of flex. See how much flex this one has.
Yeah, and I know going to the.
So this one has more, right?
Yeah.
Flex.
Going to the Groomer show. I remember when you were talking to the brush people, they were talking to you about flex and stuff like that. And I'm still not sure what flex does for you.
Okay, but you may find out today while you're brushing Gus.
I may.
Good.
I may.
So I'm going to give you a quick demo on line brushing, and then I'm going to let you go to town.
Okay.
Okay?
Are these both the same?
This is a Activate brush. This is a Le Pouche brush. They are pretty much the same patent. However, this company bought this company's.
Because they both say made in Germany.
Yes, yes. So the patent is the same. However, now Le Pouche is making their own brushes again. For some reason, they stopped for about a year to 2 years. It was ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
But so that's why we are going to use an Activate and a Le Pouche.
Which brush do we want to start with?
Okay.
I don't do combs.
We're also using a Poodle Comb. This is the All Systems Poodle Comb because he does have a poodle coat to check our work. Now, I do not just comb a poodle, and he has a coat like a poodle. We have to brush them first. We want to remove dead hair to keep them from matting.
Right.
So this is going to be our comb that we're going to use to check our work, how it feels after we've brushed. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to line brush, okay? And I think you know, you've done some brushing on Gus. So we'll start with this Le Pouche brush.
Now, does it matter which side you do?
Yes, on the Le Pouche brush, you'll see a complete straight edge and a bent edge. The bent edge is what's going to grab coat. This is more of a finishing edge.
Okay.
Like if you were scissoring feet, you would fluff it up instead of use your comb.
Oh, okay.
To me, this side is useless.
Okay.
And now on the Activate, you'll notice they are both the same. In other words, you can brush and you start getting hair in the brush, then you can flip it to the other side and go with that. So the idea of line brushing is to get to the skin, hold the hair up, and pull it out with your brush. Now I'm moving up his neck, pulling it out with the brush to the skin. Gently. If you're too harsh with your brushing, you'll cause brush burn on your dog. There's a fine line of what's too much and what's not enough.
Now, with Gus,
yes,
he's not a shedding breed, so we're not looking for a lot of hair out of him.
Well,
like if we were dealing with like a German Shepherd or something.
Right. He's not a shedding breed.
Okay.
Well, we're pre-brushing him. We're getting ready to bathe Gus, but before we bathe him, we are pre-brushing him. So we are pre-brushing right now a dirty GoldenDoodle. And the reason we're pre-brushing him is because if we didn't remove as much hair that wants to come out of the coat prior to bathing, we could end up with some matting. So it's very important that we remove dead hair now. We're going to find out what my husband thinks is the best brush to do that on this GoldenDoodle coat.
As if my opinion matters.
It does matter. The reason for this is to see what he thinks. You know, he's not accustomed to brushing dogs every day like I am. So I'm very curious.
Well, let's get back to line brushing.
Okay.
So I'm just holding the hair back and slowly pulling it down.
Yes.
So I want to get down in here to the skin. I just want to hold it back and then keep rolling it back.
Yeah, you're holding the skin. You're holding the hair up with your hand and
right.
You're pulling it out with the brush to the skin.
I see what you're saying.
Does
okay.
that make sense? So that you're actually. He's allergic. So that you're actually getting to the skin. If you're not, it's not going to be doing any good if we're not getting to the skin.
Okay.
On a thick coat like this. And a GoldenDoodle coat is very high maintenance. You are using the Le Pouche red brush,
right.
which has a lot of flexibility to it.
When I do his melon, where do you start at for this one? Do I start in the front and pull forward, or do I start at just at the top, or just keep coming up like I was? Like, do I just...
Well, Keep going up. You can take his loop off if you can take the loop off if you need
Yeah,
to.
but he might attack me.
He's not going to attack you. He loves you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still using the light push red brush. How's it feel?
This feels all right. It's nice for around his head.
It's easy to work with because
Well,
it's
it's a smaller brush.
Okay, that makes sense. You're doing good there. You just keep moving on up. That's right.
Now, with his ears, just because he can't really do that down to the skin, so we're just
Right.
brushing him
Just
out.
brushing down.
He kisses. Ooh, yeah. French kisses.
Oh, he's got French poodle in him.
All right. Well, should we switch it up here and try one of the other ones?
Yeah. So why
I'm
don't
gonna
you
check
go?
it?
Yeah. See what you think with the comb. Does it feel like you're snagging, or you did it pretty?
No, it's coming right through. I got to go with the grain or with
Yeah,
the
with lay the coat. Yep.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we're not.
His coat has buildup in it. You can feel it, but you're not feeling mats.
No.
Okay, you better not, because his mom's a groomer, and otherwise, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
but
to
she's
can
a-
this whole thing.
She's a bad groomer. All right,
Can be.
so we checked them out,
Okay.
and we tried. This is the one we were just using, correct?
No, that's the
that's
Activate. You use
So
that.
this is the hair we got off him, which is a good amount.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that there for reference.
That's a good idea.
All right, so now we're
Okay.
going to go with this one. This one you said does not matter
Which
which
side?
side.
Because they're
Right.
both. It's a D mat. This
Okay.
is the Activate D mat brush.
How much pressure can I push on him?
Imagine you are brushing your hair. How much pressure would
Well,
you want to put?
I mean as far as holding back his hair, because
Oh, you can hold back his hair as tight to the skin.
Why-
And you can pull like you're doing.
just pull it up.
Pull his skin up so it's taut,
Okay.
you know?
Well, that's what I was curious about, because it's a little
Yeah.
bit. It was easier on his back
Yes.
than it is on the side
That's
here.
yeah. And you get down in those softer areas, it's a little hard to brush.
You're being a good sport, Gussie. Oh yeah, we're doing the front paws that you
Oh,
don't like.
that's what he hates. We're gonna watch Gus snap at Daddy.
You're not gonna snap it, Daddy.
Right.
Ouch. Okay. 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 All right.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
We need to make a change here.
Why?
I think you're gonna need to put these on if you're gonna be a real go
Oh
groomer.
yes.
Now
Oh,
we're talking
my.
go groomer.
That's blind. They're magnifying the snot. All right, buddy. Okay, Gus. Okay. Let Daddy finish what he's got to do, and then we'll go have beers.
Oh. So you're using the Activate matte zapper brush.
Good boy.
How does that
boy.
feel as in comparison to the other brush, honey?
It feels like I'm going blind. So I got to take those off.
Apparently I am blind.
This one seems to be pulling more.
So you feel it's pulling at his coat more.
Yeah, it seems to me that it's pulling more. But now this one isn't as flexible. I have been brushing as long, and there's a little bit more hair in here.
In the one you're using now,
Yeah.
which is the matte zapper.
Yeah.
And just because it's called a matte zapper doesn't mean we can't use it on any coat, because we can.
So I like this one. Do your other ear here, Gusser. Make you look handsome.
Such a good boy. I think he likes it when Daddy brushes him. I do.
That's because Mom's aggressive. We'll wait to do the other leg
Yeah.
a little later.
So
Good boy. Good boy.
since you have that brush in your
the
hand,
inside here. Like,
Okay.
What do we do with this?
well,
just like
what you
that?
can do is you can pick up this. You
Well,
can
I'm not worried about
pick
that
up
one.
this
Oh,
leg
okay.
so you can get in there.
Okay.
How does that? Does that help?
Yes.
Good.
All right, guys. Other leg. Good boy. Such a good boy.
He's a good dog. Oopsies.
All right. Okay, so that might be more hair in here because this is a little bit softer of a coat.
Okay.
I think down here than the top.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. So there's what we got so far.
So which one has more?
This one. This is the matte zapper.
The matte zapper has more hair that it pulled
Yeah,
out.
and it doesn't seem to have as many splines, which is interesting.
Did you just make up a word?
No, splines as well. It's they don't use the splines for this, but that's what I called it. There you go.
Okay.
All right, now this is the one that I kind of liked. Like the
Why
look
do
of
you
it.
like that one?
Well, because it looks very well not futuristic, but it looks like it's got a little more thought into it, even though it's probably the exact same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one looks like it's been made for 20 years.
Okay.
Exactly the same way. And this one, just with the handle, looks kind of like, oh, it just looks fancy.
It looks like it's...
This is, to me, I know nothing about brushes, but this one looks like marketing 101.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, let me just tell you
so I
this.
don't-
Since you picked that up, does it feel better to you for some reason?
It does not feel, I mean, it feels softer. It feels like it's like a softer material. It feels like like it's got a rubber coating of some sort on it.
Okay.
The handle just puts pressure at different points than that one did.
Okay.
Than the matte zapper and the other Yahoo one.
Okay.
Now this one's really pulling, but I think that's because it's also just a huge brush.
It is a bigger size. It sounds like it's really getting into the
It
coat.
does, but I don't. It seems like it's pulling a lot harder to me.
Do you think it's pulling harder on the dog? Does he seem
Yeah.
to mind it?
He doesn't seem to mind it at all,
Okay.
but it does seem like it's, and you know, that could be just the size of it.
Yeah. Well, it's got
It's
much
also-
longer teeth.
It's also, as I'm looking at it, it's got quite the curl to it.
Yeah.
So even though it's much bigger, you're still these you know, I would assume the only contact you're making is in this small
Well, it looks like
section.
it's packing hair all the way to the base of the brush, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. We just shot that theory down.
Well, it just seems like that though. But
Well,
I
right.
mean, it just,
I know, but
it's-
I want to hear your opinion. This is what we want.
So here on the top, it seems to be working real nice for me.
His hair's shorter on the top.
Yeah, it seems to be working real nice up here.
Okay. You like the way that feels.
Yeah, that's feeling really good.
Okay.
Now I'm kind of getting up to where I finished.
Yeah, with the other one. Okay.
So I want to finish this leg.
Gus says, "Okay, Dad. Be gentle on my legs, please."
I know, buddy. Mommy's making me do it too. It's gonna be okay. I'll share a beer with you then.
He's not allowed to have that. Okay, now I'm glad you're using this brush on this whole back leg because I want you to use the Kenchi brush on the other back leg, okay? So we can do a fair comparison. How does that brush feel?
I don't know. I think I kind of like the little ones, the other ones.
Both the Activate and the Lay Pooch.
I just because they're smaller.
It was easier for you to handle?
Yeah, just this one
Okay.
seems like, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong.
No, it's whatever feels best to you. That's the whole point of this. That's exactly what we're doing. And which, you know, not only feels best, but does a really good job getting through the coat.
All right. So we got half of our Gussie done.
Okay.
Let's check them out. See what we're doing here. I think we're pretty good so far. Let's see.
That looks great. You did a good job, honey.
Yeah, you know, hey, you know, you gotta
Did a
pay.
good job.
Well, buddy, I think we're good. So we gotta do this side of you,
Okay.
and Now, to be fair, using the other brush, we should probably just do the same area with
That
this
you
brush.
did with the Chris Christensen.
Now, the top of him is done, so we're on the side. So
Okay.
I'll do the side, the rear leg.
Okay.
I'll do this side, not the front leg. We're going to leave the front leg go for now.
Okay. And you're using which brush? The Kenchi
This
brush?
is the Kenchi brush.
Okay. How's that feel in comparison to the Chris Christensen?
This one feels nice.
Do you feel different as
yeah.
far as what it's doing with his coat?
Oh. Yes, this one seems to be, it seems to me like it's just hooking in there better.
What do you mean by hooking in there better?
I don't know. I don't know exactly
I
what
don't
mean.
know. Okay. Okay.
This
good.
one doesn't seem like it hooks,
grabs.
like it grabs. This one seems like it's grabbing and pulling, but not pulling that I can't get out of it. I don't know how to explain that.
I think you're explaining it very well. So you're saying it feels like it's grabbing coat, but at
But
the
it
same
doesn't seem
time
like
it's easy to work with.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's pulling on him as much as it's pulling on the coat.
Right? And he is sensitive. If he minded it, trust me, he would let you know.
I think this side went much quicker too.
It did seem to go quicker. I agree.
All right, we're gonna do that front paw.
With that brush?
Yeah.
Then maybe do part of it with that brush and part of it with the Chris Christensen so we can compare them.
I don't know how you want to do that. Okay, buddy. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we gotta finish. He
hates that.
Oh, I know you do.
Poor baby.
I know you do.
Those front legs, he cannot stand it.
You're okay.
He's being pretty good for you, honey.
That's because he loves me. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
That's what he needs to know.
All right, now we're gonna switch up. We got it.
Now you're gonna try that Chris Christensen?
See, now I'm liking this one, but I don't use them enough to.
To really get an idea?
Yeah.
All right. You're saying you like it, it feels like it's grabbing coat, it's doing a good job of
It's doing a
working
good
out.
job. There we go.
All right. Thoughts?
I really like this one because it was easy for me to manage.
Okay.
These two, whatever they're called again, the Chris Christensen and the Kenchi Brush,
Uh-huh.
when you're doing the big areas, they're nice, but with doing the legs,
Yeah?
I like this better, and I can work with it. It seems like I can work with it a little bit faster. Now, I'm not a groomer,
No, but it matters because not everybody is a groomer. That's why I wanted you to do this.
but I can work with this brush, and it seems more manageable for me. I'm not as worried about pulling on something with this.
Okay?
With this one, when I went to his back area here,
Yeah.
I thought at the one point that it would hit something tender because he kind of went like that. So
Well, and
it's-
that could have
it's-
been no matter what brush you used back there.
Um,
That's a little bit of a sensitive area.
So, and then this one, I was surprised,
That's the Kenchi brush.
even though it looks very dated, like 1980s.
It's a slicker
Um,
brush.
It's well, this. I mean, really, this is the 2000s. This is 1980s.
Okay.
This is Loverboy in a Trans Am outside the high school. So anyway, I really like this brush.
Even though it's like a throwback.
Yeah, even though it's like a throwback, I really thought that it did a nice job, and I couldn't tell you why. This one, this one just seems better to me. I don't know if it's just
It seems to grab the coat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't seem to pull on it as much. It's weird. Like,
Yeah.
watch how his skin moves so much with that one. But this one just seems to go a little bit better, and it could be.
It has shorter teeth, shorter bristles. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Maybe. All right, so tell me,
Yeah.
Which one is the most expensive one?
Okay. Let me just tell you. Let's let you.
I'm not waiting any longer.
I want you to point. Which one do you think is the least expensive?
I'm gonna
Least
say
expensive.
this one.
The Activate brush.
Yeah,
Okay. Which one do you think is the most expensive?
I think this one.
Okay. All right. This one is an Activate brush. This is $55, I believe. This is a Le Pouche. This is $55 to $60. This is a Chris Christensen. This is $75.
Okay.
And this is a Kenji brush. This is $29.
Oh,
This Kenji brush is Go Groomer's favorite.
yeah, I really like that one. That was surprising. That means I'm just as smart as
You're
you.
just as smart. So let's take a look. They all have hair. They're all good brushes. There's no doubt about it. They are all good brushes. If I had to choose just one, my choice would be the Kenchi.
I really
For
like,
Gus, for my GoldenDoodle.
I really like this brush. I just thought it was. I mean, I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. You thought it's dated. Just
I
by
thought it was dated. I
How
mean,
does
I
it
just-
feel in your hand?
No, I like it with the rubber grip on
Okay.
it. You know, I mean, it's definitely a decent brush. I mean,
For a GoldenDoodle, certainly
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Okay,
I
but
mean,
you enjoy.
this one was not. This I liked for different reasons, though. I think it did the same as far as the hair getting out.
Yeah.
I think it got a good amount of hair out, but I like this for management side of things.
Yeah.
You know, just to be able to manage down here, especially with Gus not liking his front paws done.
Yes.
This makes it a little bit easier because I can hit it quick
Yeah.
and get where I want to get,
And it works good.
and it works good.
Yeah.
But with this, it's a big thing to try to aim it to get to where you want to get.
It is.
You know, so.
If you're not used to brushing dogs constantly, that the bigger brushes may feel cumbersome.
Right.
Okay, well, that makes sense. But so for our novice husband, he chooses the Activate matte zapper brush for his GoldenDoodle Gus. And that's good. This is what we're doing. We're saying, what do you prefer? What do people prefer? You know, there's a reason. Comfort, effectiveness, and coat type. He's a GoldenDoodle with a poodle coat. So your choice is the Activate brush, right, honey?
Yeah, I would lean towards that or the Kenchi brush. This one I think is more because of the flexibility.
Did it feel good?
Yeah, but these are pretty much exactly the same.
Well, this one
This one's different.
This one's not as flexible.
Yeah.
The matte zapper is not.
This one I liked. I liked them all. They're all fairly similar.
Okay.
But for what you say was $29.
$29.
And this is $75.
Yes. Then that's a no, right?
All day long.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you're not making $1 million every time you groom a dog.
That's right.
You're not making $1 million, and at $29 you can blow through 2 of these and still be under the price of that.
Yeah. And I
Right?
honestly feel, because I use both those brushes hard, I feel the Kenchi brush can hold up to that Chris Christensen brush as far
I
as
think this is-
longevity.
I think this has just been around forever, and I think it's, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much for doing this demo. It has been very helpful.
Oh, I'm billing you.
We love you, Go Groomer hubby.
Great demo. You're welcome, CD. So, like I said, these are the two brushes that I go for. This is the Activate D Matte, and this is the Kenchi brush. And these are actually the two brushes that you chose.
Because I'm a genius.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that great minds think alike. Debbie Jack says she loves the brushes. Alex and I love the brushes. Honey.
But
Yeah. Look, you've got great support here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Kathy had a great question. I'm so glad you asked that question because I often forget to share certain secrets unless somebody asks me. Your question, Kathy, let me back it up here a little bit. Your question was, okay, if I like the curly look, what can I do? I know my doodle needs brushing. Obviously, yes, they do. But then he looks fuzzy.
He has that total poodle coat. So
So does Gus when
he's
we were done
curly.
brushing him.
Yeah. Now, I like Gus, my poodly doodly dude. I like him to be straightened out like that because then I can scissor him. Now, if I was using more of a thinning technique, if his coat was different, I probably wouldn't want his coat to be so curly and straightened out. So here's what I do, Kathy, in that situation when I want to bring the coat back to wavy. So brush your dog like normal, even if you want to use some Quicker Slicker or another product in there to help you demat and get through the coat and remove dead hair. Do what you got to do. Then when you're done, in another spray bottle, just put warm water and mist it back into the coat and scrunch that coat back up after it's brushed out thoroughly. And you can scrunch that wave back into the coat and then don't brush it again that day. Now you've just added the wave back into the coat, but the coat's brushed out. That's the important thing. So that's an easy solution to getting those curls back into your doodle, because yes, we do like to see curls on a lot of our doodles. Some of them have that beautiful wavy coat, and when we brush them, they just look frizzy fuzzy. So I totally agree. That was a great question. Honey, it's not a touch screen.
Should be.
Raquel had a question too. She said, what brush would you recommend for Miles? His coat is not quite as dense as Gus's. I do have a Chris Christensen brush. I think the Kenchi would be great. For Miles, I noticed you don't keep his coat too long, Raquel, because probably because you don't want him to mat, and I totally agree with that. Probably in the winter months, though, I think you do have him in a little more coat. The Chris Christensen brush should do you very well with Miles. If this is the brush you have, Raquel, I say you're in good hands with this brush. Would you like this brush? Yes, I know you would. You would love it. But I don't think you should feel disappointed because you're using the Chris Christensen. This is a great brush. What do you think, Alex? Because you use both of these on Gus.
Oh.
This is the brush that Raquel has.
I think that brush was great. I just think this one was better. I mean, that's all. And then when you said about the price,
then you really liked it.
Then I really liked it.
And here's the thing. Raquel bought this brush before I discovered how much I loved this brush. So I apologize for that, Raquel. I'm going to be going to a show. I may not get to another show until September, but when I do, I'm going to get several Kenchi brushes, and we're going to have a giveaway, okay, for a couple of them, because I want to put them in your hands. And I need to get different sizes. They make a small, medium, and large, and one of my other friends back here was asking a question earlier about would these brushes do well for her Yorkapoo, who's a much smaller breed. The Kenchi brush would be my choice. You can get this in small, medium, and large. This is a large. So you can see how the small would definitely do you well with your Yorkapoo. The Activette brushes are wonderful for a smaller breed, and they provide a little bit of flex. Some of them are more flexible than others. And what that does is allows the brush to give a little as you're pulling through the coat. Now the Matte Zapper doesn't give much, does it?
I really like this one.
I like it too.
Well, because it didn't give. And I think that was the biggest difference.
That's why you felt you liked it. And the thing with the Matte Zapper is some people shy away from it thinking, oh, well, that's just for a matted dog. Right. It's not. It's not.
I agree. And it actually got a lot of hair out, even though it doesn't have as many splines.
Does anybody know if that's a real word? Splines. I was like, you mean bristles? What's a spline?
Well, bristles too.
Okay. So, anyway, honey, we love you. So, yeah, he says he's Activette brush all the way because he felt he could maneuver this brush better. And I understand that.
But this for Gus, this made the whole side go real quick. This I would have been there for quite some time.
Yes, that is true.
The Kenchi brush made it go quick. And this one I think is really just a preference. I mean, but the bristles are really long on this.
And they do pull a lot of coat. I mean, the Chris Christensen brush definitely grabs coat.
Do they make this brush with smaller bristles?
They make a different brush. This particular brush is made to have...
so we're not comparing apples to apples.
Honey, there's only about 400 different brushes out there.
It sounds like this was a faulty
test. We're just using different brands.
It sounds like I was set up.
We were going with the favorites of the different brands.
I'm going to have to contact my attorney.
All right, let's see if we have
When
any
do I
more
start
questions.
getting a royalty check?
Raquel says she wants them all. You'll get paid when I get paid, okay? We're waiting. No, just kidding.
Okay,
Speaking of payment, Mary, thank you for the super chat. We got to salute Mary. Totally appreciate that, Mary. You didn't have to do that.
You look like one of those girls, one of those pinup girls from World War II or World War I.
I look scared.
No, you look kind of fun.
Thank you, Mary. You're the best. All right. So Gary says, okay, I'm buying this brush. This brush, honey, I think you like the Kenji Brush. The Kenji Brush is universal in any coat. You can't go wrong with it. You really can't go wrong with many of them. Do you ever use a pen brush when grooming? I don't even own a pen brush, Debbie.
What the hell is a pen brush?
A pen brush is actually a very specific type of brush that is designed not to break coat. The reason Debbie's asking is because she has a collie. Okay. Remember the dogs at the campground, the big collies, the beautiful dogs? She has one of those, and he's in full coat, beautiful coat, and she was showing him.
Okay.
When you show a dog, you got to be real careful with what tools and products you choose so you don't break the coat. You don't.
And what do you mean by breaking the coat?
Well, these brushes are aggressive.
I don't know.
Okay, that's a great question. Breaking the coat means if your tools are a little aggressive. You know how after we brushed Gus, then I used the Coat King on him to thin him down?
Right.
I was breaking his coat.
Oh.
Now, not terribly, but that Coat King will...
So you're using our dog.
Yes. But because it's the way I want it.
What Mama wants, Mama gets.
Well, but that's a good question, Debbie, because I don't work with any show dogs as clients. So if I did have some pretty picky clients about, what they were doing with their dog, how they needed the coat prepared, I would definitely have to invest in some boar head brushes, some pen brushes, some, depending on what my clients were wanting, but all mine are pet clients. So we're doing mostly all pet trims, sometimes fancy scissoring, but for the most part, we're just I'm just using snap-on combs and doing something that's manageable for the owners in between grooms, and is going to be comfortable for the dog in between grooms. So, but that's a good question. What other questions we got there, honey? How long have you two been married? Cute couple, Kathy says. We've actually been married only for a year and a half.
Yeah, and I've been grooming dogs for 20 minutes.
But we've been together since 2011.
Yes, and we dated in high school.
We did. We dated
but we went other paths.
Yeah. And then our paths came back to each other. It's been wonderful.
And she trapped me.
I wish the chat wasn't over you. I want you in the picture. Okay, and let's see. We have... Okay. Did I miss any other questions? I'm buying it. Okay. Raquel says Miles gets touchy with the Chris Christensen brush, like it tickles him. Yesterday when you were doing the demo on Gus,
he didn't like it on his bum.
It was this brush that he went, eh! But now he is sensitive back there. I will say that. So you know what? When I feel this brush, I think it feels like it would be gentle. It does not hurt. It's stiff, but it's soft on the tips and they're bent.
Let me run it through your hair once and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, but that's a good point. We could be wrong. And I think paying close attention to how your dog behaves while you're brushing them sometimes will tell you if you are using proper brushing techniques.
Oh, hang on a second. I want to get back to what Kathy's question was. It's me that's cute. Okay, continue on.
Okay, so your dog may get upset while brushing if you're not properly brushing, meaning that you are attacking the skin, and you can cause brush burn to a dog, or the brush is too aggressive for your dog's skin and coat. And some dogs have very sensitive skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's the dog.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily all poodles should be fine with this brush. Some poodles have very sensitive skin. Others are tougher.
Yeah.
It's just genetics, I guess. So something to keep in mind. Let's see here. Debbie Jack says, anybody in California, there's a grooming expo in February. Well, I'd love to come to that California grooming expo, wouldn't I, Alex? We could go to some wineries.
Yeah.
In February.
Last time California cost us a small fortune.
It did.
It's a lot of wineries that made a lot of money that week.
But it was beautiful. We got to stay in Napa Valley with friends that invited us. Boy, was that nice.
Yes, we didn't have to pay for a place, so we bought a lot of wine.
We did. And good food. And it was beautiful. It was
wonderful time in California.
Oh, it was great. So now we have, where's I here? Okay. Chris says, okay, thought that size was way too big for my 7-pounder. Absolutely. You can get the Kenchi brush in a small size. This is the large, just so you can see the difference, Kathy. Get the small. I think you'll love it. And to be honest with you, I think you would love yourself a Activate or a Le Pouche brush. This is the Le Pouche, and this is an Activate. Now, Activate makes other brushes, not just the matte zapper. Same with Le Pouche. So if you want for a softer coat, there is a brush for a softer coat that both Activate and Le Pouche make that I think you would love too. So, boy, you've got a tough decision ahead of you. However, the Kenji brush is cheaper. I say try it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I did link all the brushes in the description below. Not all of them are available on Amazon. So don't worry. I may not get a commission. It's fine. The Kenji brush, they do not sell them on Amazon. So you have to go directly to their site. But hey, I say go for it. They're wonderful brushes.
That's because it's designed in the 80s. And they don't have the internet.
This company is top notch. They make the best scissors in the world. I will say that right now. Okay.
You want me to do a scissor test with Gus?
No, you're not allowed to use scissors. You're not ready for that. Do we want Alex to learn to trim Gus?
That's a big no.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you're ready yet. Gary says, would you say the Chris Christensen brush is a combo of the Kenchi and the Activate? It's a good question. They all kind of behave the same. I will say that. Would you disagree?
Yeah, they do.
They all kind of behave the same. I'll say that. Why do I like this brush better? I just feel it gets through the coat, like Alex said. It gets through the coat faster and effectively. Just as effectively as this brush, but this one gets us there faster, I feel.
And cheaper.
And it's cheaper. And that's not why I like it, because I don't mind paying.
No, I
don't mind paying $75.
I really liked the feel of this going through the coat, and I couldn't tell you why. And this one just didn't seem like it was. It just didn't feel as confident. I don't know if the bristles were longer.
They're longer
that's what
bristles.
The issue was. But I really felt like I was getting a large section of Gus done with this brush.
And just as effectively. But now you can see that this messes me up. The Chris Christensen bristles are about the same length as the Le Pouche bristles.
Yeah, they are.
Not They're not shaped.
They're a little longer.
Yeah, they are. Those splines are longer.
And I don't know if the roundness here contributes to what I was feeling versus this being
straight.
One flat pad. You're starting here and you're running it through. So here I know you said we had hair everywhere, but every time you push this into his coat, you're pushing more hair onto the splines.
Splines.
The bristles.
That's funny. I couldn't help myself with that one, honey, when I was editing.
Yeah, I know. I noticed a lot of nice editing in there.
Yep. All right, so that's a good point, though, and I can't. I'll tell you this, because I'm a groomer and I use a lot of brushes, when I saw this brush at the show, I was at the Kenchi stand looking at shears just in September. And they had these brushes all hanging there, and they had show special. They were $20, so it was even cheaper.
We're going to have to stop for a second. I just saw Chris said, thank you so much. I drove a Trans Am. Chris, I actually want a Trans Am now.
Like a black one from like Smokey and the Bandit?
Yes.
With the gold. Yeah, we love Trans Ams.
I wasn't dissing Trans Ams, actually.
No, Trans Ams are awesome.
But maybe Trans Ams with Loverboy hang out in front of the high school.
Yeah. And it's such a darn shame that Pontiac.
Yeah.
That makes me mad. Pontiac made some of the best cars. All right, back to brushes. Now I'm getting all upset.
It's okay, honey. Hold it together. All right, let's get back to brushes.
All
Come
right.
on. Think positive.
When I saw this brush at the show, I looked at it, and trust me, it looks like many other slicker brushes other than the wood part. But when I touched it, I just automatically, my mind said, this brush will pull out a lot of coat. Now, I don't know why I felt that way, but I did. And guess what? I was right. I couldn't wait to come home and use it on Gus because he's so thick. And as soon as I did, I was like, yes, nailed it. This brush is awesome. But I couldn't tell you why I felt that way by touching it. I just felt this brush is going to pull a lot of coat. And it did. So I'm very happy with it. Like I said, guys, if you're interested in checking out any of these brushes or other brushes made by like Activette, Le Pouche, Chris Christensen, or Kenji. Kenji makes a lot of brushes too, not just the slicker brush. Then go surf those websites and see what you think. If you need me to answer any more questions after the live stream, then just leave a comment. I always get the comments and I will respond to you. So you definitely don't have to worry about me not getting back to you. Triple Lotus says, Lover Boy and Trans Am, props to Go Groomer husband. My husband would never do something like this. Great. Oh, thank you. He's wonderful. And I'm so happy to share him with you guys. Yeah, I don't keep him all to myself. You can come out of the closet now. See?
I don't have my leash on right now, so I'm free to roam. It's pretty awesome.
He is. Now, Lise is a groomer. I believe Lise is in Canada. And Lise has recently been using the Le Pouche brushes, and she said she loves them. She has like 3 of them. She also says, and the Activette brush doesn't scratch the skin when used correctly. Absolutely. The Activette brush, this particular Activette brush is a matte zapper, which means it's not very flexible. It's not very flexible as compared to this Le Pouche brush, which Activette makes brushes that are this flexible too. There's not much difference in these brushes.
But if it doesn't scratch your skin, are we referring to it that it's flexible enough to not...
Well, some people are afraid of this brush. And I think that's what Lise is getting at. Is okay. Some people, because it's called a matte zapper. And they will tell you this, the manufacturer will say, this is an aggressive brush. And it is. So that scares people. And I can understand that. If I wasn't very confident with brushing a dog or my dog, I might be afraid of this brush. But if you do it right, like Lise says, no worries.
I think every brush could potentially irritate your dog if you're too aggressive with it. You just gotta kind of...
And another key to avoid brush burn with a brush, guys, is to never brush over and over in the same spot. That will, each time you make a pass, you're irritating the skin. So if you've got an area that needs help, go at it, move side to side, then come back. Don't just constantly in the same place. That can cause brush burn. And it can be very hurt. It can hurt them, and it can become very sore. And then you'll feel bad. So we don't want that. And Raquel says, smart hubby, right? Yeah, right there. He is a smart man. And what I love that comment by Triple Lotus. That's too funny. Debbie Jack says, I mainly use a pen brush on Austin and a Poodle Comb. Yeah, I use this All Systems Poodle Comb. I love it. And the teeth are separated a lot more than some other finishing combs. And that's why it's great for a poodle or a thick, dense coat, because it will lift and hold that hair up there. It lifts the hair up nicely. Especially on a dense coat. So those are good choices, Debbie, that you use the pen brush because you don't want to break his coat. Now with the pen brush, Alex is messing around. Look, we're in jail. We're jailed.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God. With the pen brush, it takes you longer, I think, I would say. But it's definitely not as aggressive on the coat, so you don't have to worry about breaking the coat. So it makes sense, Debbie, why you choose that pen brush and the Poodle Comb. The slicker brush I use to de-shed his legs and his feathering. That makes perfect sense. Those are good choices. You're very careful about what you're doing with his coat because you don't want to mess it up. Raquel says, is the Activette brushes the same as the Chris Christensen? Is it the same? Well, yeah, and These Activate
She
brushes.
meant to say splines.
Did you mean that, Raquel? The Activate brushes also come in double heads. So it would be this wide. It's like 2 of these put together in one brush. So this is a single, and you can get a double too, as well as the Les Pouches brushes also come in singles and doubles. So if you had a large breed and you wanted to use a certain Activate or Les Pouches brush, you certainly can get the double. It's like $90, but it's a good brush. It's going to last you for years upon years, maybe your whole life. Honestly, it's the truth.
I think we all plan to outlive our brushes. So we're clear.
Yeah, I hope so. Debbie Jack says, does the Kenchi make a pen brush? Yes, they do, Debbie. Go to the website for Kenchi. I do have a link to Kenchi's website in the description of this video. Go and surf. They have tons of brushes. Absolutely. So, and I really feel confident with most anything Kenchi does. I'm just loving them. Okay. Triple Lotus says that I bathe and trim my own rescues at home. That's awesome. Yorkies, Maltese, Shih Tzus, mixes, but still take them to the groomer for full grooms. I'm wanting another slicker brush now that you're watching this, right? Awesome. So, these are all good brushes, guys. I can't tell you which one you would prefer, because that's why I wanted Alex to test them, because I almost feel predisposed to choose certain things because I believe in
You're
product.
biased.
I'm biased
About the word splines.
Yeah, because I
Who
feel so strongly. But I feel strongly about certain manufacturers, so I'm a little pushy with that stuff because I believe in them. That's why I wanted Alex to do it, and I think he did a good job for us in being honest with how he felt about it. Thank you. I needed this explanation. You are very welcome, Gary. You answered my question. Thank you. Good, Raquel. And Cindy says, run, Gus, run. Absolutely. Okay, now Tegan says, super live. Oh, thank you, Tegan. I'm glad you guys could be here with us. This is our first live stream of 2020.
It is.
This is the first one. We're kicking this year off with a bang.
Technically,
oh, my goodness.
Technically, we're on 2020.
We are.
Remember the old
2020,
show?
20. It's still on. 2020?
Is it on?
Oh, no, it's Dateline. Zinc 50 says he needs grooming. Who does, honey? My husband?
The husband.
Probably meant my husband. So Activate or Les Pouches, says Christy. You know what, Christy? I don't think you're going to be disappointed either way. I can't tell you that, and I have many of both, and I can't tell you that either one hold up longer than the other. Both of these have very long lifespans. They're very tough. They're good brushes. So I can't say that I prefer one over the other. So I think it's your choice. Flip a coin. They're both wonderful. Les Pouches started the whole deal with this design. So if I had to say, let's give kudos to the original patent, let's go with Les Pouches. Because they were the original design, and they're still making a fantastic brush. I don't know which do I prefer. So that's my answer to that. Kathy says, do you ever use a pen brush with the tiny rubber heads? That's the only brush that my doodle enjoys. I know what you mean. I've never used one because I always thought that they wouldn't be effective. So I should probably, when I go to my next show, I should probably get some different types of brushes that I've never used and find the best situations to use them so that I can share that with you guys. Oh, what happened? Something happened? It says nobody's watching.
Maybe nobody is.
I don't know. YouTube can be so strange at times. Hold on, guys. Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, YouTube is just telling us some fibs. All right, I thought something happened to my live stream. That's all. I'm sorry.
Oh, there it came back.
Okay, yeah, it gets funny sometimes. All right, let's get our chat back so we can see. Chris says, what is a slicker brush versus these brushes? These are slicker brushes. These are all slicker brushes. Just so you know, Chris, these are all slicker brushes. Slicker brushes have the metal pins with the cushiony backing. That's a slicker brush. It's meant to grab a lot of coat to remove dead hair. Debbie Jack says, I'm impressed with Kenchi Brush every time I use it. Yeah, me too. I definitely agree. Zinc says, you're great. Love all your pointers. I tried to clip my GoldenDoodle, really messed her up. Well, don't give up. You try again.
Practice makes perfect.
She is at the groomers to make her look normal. Hey, and sometimes that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You get back up on the horse. You try again. And you keep watching videos and learning and asking questions. And you'll overcome the things that are troublesome. You know, you'll get there. Take your time. That's what I want to say. Gary says, for folks wanting the $10 slicker, I am using the JW Pet. It works, but takes too long on a doodle. JW is what brand? Why can't I think? Hey, look, I have cheap slicker brushes in here too, guys. Honey, grab that slicker brush, please. You're right there, that black one. $9.99. I'll use this guy. I use this slicker brush a lot, like on the backs of a spaniel after I've clipped them, just to smooth out any clipper lines. There's a use for every tool. But yes, I have cheap slicker brushes. I have brushes. I have everything. I have it all. Okay. We're still here. Oh, they said, okay, thank you. I'm so glad you guys are still here because it said nobody was here. And I thought, oh, our live stream just died. Lee says 27 people. Please like the video. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. That'd be great. Triple Lotus says, I use those slicker brushes with the covered tips. Okay, the ones that somebody else was just mentioning. They are great for my sensitive little dogs, especially their faces. That would be good. And bellies and stuff like around the butts.
Do you have any of them?
I don't. I've never tried one.
Perhaps you should go shopping.
I should go shopping. That's what I just said. I need to get some different brushes. I always am too afraid to stray from what I like.
Oh, I know. When you get used to using something, doing it the same way, you know that comes out with a quality product.
Yeah.
You keep doing it.
And you're afraid to make any changes. Yeah. But I do love trying new products and tools. I will say that.
You have to change.
And now that I have, we have our big poodle, GoldenDoodle, I can try everything on him and not feel bad because he's my dog if I don't like the way it looks.
Only 50%. The rear half is yours. The front half is mine.
Okay. Well, that's no fair. We have to flip for that. Okay. CD says, don't give up grooming your dog. Absolutely. CD's giving you good advice there. Triple Lotus says, JW is yellow and black slicker brush, oval shape. Oh, I think I know. I've seen them. There's many like that. It's great, but I have a Yorkie and a Maltese and long hair. So, yeah, littler dogs, sometimes they like a soft slicker brush. There are many different slicker brushes that are called soft slicker brush. So it's just not as aggressive. And that's good to use on a petite dog or a sensitive dog. So there's a brush out there for everybody. We were just battling some of the top name brands, guys, that I was always curious which ones I like best. Sometimes I'm using one and I'm going, this one's great. And then I use the other one and I say, no, this one's great. I think I forget how much I like the different tools until I pick it up again, So, hi, Steven. Steven has little Shih Tzus. Love the sense of humor between you both. A sign of a happy partnership. Yeah. Keep your hands to yourself. God. I'm not inviting him back for a while until he gets some manners.
I got good manners.
You think so. Mom? Does any of my favorite people have any more questions? I'm thinking that what a successful live stream.
It's dinner time.
It is dinner time. I thought I heard your belly growl.
Yeah, that kid's hungry.
And I know that all our friends that took their time out of their Monday to come and join us are probably getting hungry too. So Gary says, if you have a doodle, I say spend the $30 on the Kenchi. I say absolutely, Gary, because that doodle coat is thick. And you'll be doing so much brushing. A lot of the cheaper brushes...
Winner, chicken dinner.
This is common with cheaper slicker brushes. The splines don't hold up. Okay, we'll call them bristles from now on, but Alex calls them splines. That's what's common with a cheaper, slicker brush is they'll fall out, they'll bend, they'll get all misshapen, and they won't do the job that they're supposed to do anymore. Now, that's where I have noticed that when you buy a quality brush, you will find, and you know, the company is a reputable company backing up their products, you'll find these brushes hold up. They hold up like they say they're going to. So, you know, but that's fine. So buy 5 of these. So what? I mean, just because it's a cheap slicker brush doesn't mean it doesn't do the job. It just means it's going to wear out faster. So if it's cheap, you buy many of them. Yeah, me too, Christy. That's a new word. We're going to do more with the word splines. Okay? All right. I want to thank you all for joining us. I want to thank you for helping us choose our favorite brushes.
You're very welcome.
And
I'll send you a bill.
I know you will. But you were so willing, and you really tried hard to put your effort into it, and we appreciate it.
She makes it sound like I had a choice. How cute.
He did a good job for us, though, and he did it. He took it seriously.
I love you, baby.
Thank you. I love you, too, and I'm so glad that you did this for us, and I'm glad that you joined us. And now my subscribers love you, so we're gonna have to do more with Go Groomer Hubby, because he is pretty awesome. I want you guys to have a wonderful week. And I'm so thankful that you joined me on this very first live stream of 2020 on Go Groomer. There's many more good ones to come. Remember, we got some great videos coming at you guys in the next month to 2 months as I work on them. They're going to be wonderful. And we're constantly working towards making them better. The video, the audio quality, everything. Because I want you guys to...
And now Amy gets to go shopping as well to get new brushes.
Now I got to get new brushes.
I approved it.
Yes, he did on live camera. Yeah, thank you, honey. Thank you.
Can't deny it now.
All right, I'm going to throw up a subscriber showdown for you. Before I do that, I want to tell you guys I have a few pictures that are sitting in the queue that I'm ready to throw into a new subscriber showdown, but I don't have many. So please email me some pictures of your babies so I can make you guys a new awesome subscriber showdown. But right now, we're going to throw down an archived one, and I will see you guys next Monday. I love you, and thank you.
Bye-bye.
You want to go get a pup cup? Let's go. Let's go get a pup cup.